What we have to very closely track is what's happening with the COVID-19 cases in India. Should you be worried, or is it just about how the cases are expected to fluctuate in season and as we near the month of April? Well, India has recorded highest daily COVID cases since November, as 841 cases are reported in last 24 hours. 2 people have died. Kerala, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Gujarat are the states reporting the highest numbers as of now. I'm being joined by my colleague Priyanshi to put all of this in perspective. Priyanshi, what are health officials telling in terms of this numbers? There are 2 deaths reported yesterday. It's of course lower than the 5 deaths, but deaths being reported now and cases crossing 800 mark, highest since November.
That's right, Sneha. And in fact, we've spoken to health officials as well who say that though the cases are rising, there's nothing to panic about just yet. And they're saying it's important to keep a strong vigil there and be alert. But they're saying that hospital admissions are not increasing. More and more people are not coming up with COVID symptoms to hospitals. So the sense that we're getting right now is that the increase in cases are still mild. And as we know that it's the influenza season that's also ongoing. So there are symptoms that are similar to that as well. But of course, it's important to note here that cases have gone up. It's around 841, which is the highest cases since November 11, the highest in over 4 months. And let's also put this in perspective to show you sort of a trend from the last few weeks. Now, the average of the daily cases that's being reported in the country currently is around 626. This is the average of the last 7 days. Now, this is for 6 times higher in the last 1 month. On February 18th, the average of the daily COVID cases was 112, but now that has jumped 6 times and it's now 626. So that just shows you how rapidly the cases are increasing, and slowly and steadily the cases sure are increasing, which reminds all of us to put up our masks as well. If we talk about active cases, the active cases in the country are also increasing day by day, and they've in fact doubled and tripled over the last 1 month or so. So that trend is concerning, but it's not creating any panic just yet. And we, as you mentioned, that the total deaths reported were around 2 in the last 24 hours, which is lower than the 5 deaths that were reported yesterday. If we also talk about the tests, there are over 1 lakh tests being conducted every single day on an average. And let me also point out to the testing trend here, that we've seen that 2 weeks ago also over 1 lakh tests were being conducted, and 4 weeks ago as well over 1 lakh tests were being conducted. So this rise in cases cannot be attributed to the rise in tests. Tests are pretty much the same over the last 4-5 weeks. So the rise in cases is definitely because the positivity rate, of course, is also rising. It's around 0.8% now in the country at large, but it is higher in several districts, as you pointed out, that it's the highest in Kerala, Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Gujarat.
Right.